Okay, hello. So, this is a video that I've tried to make once before and things didn't quite work out. So, we're trying again. And there may be some background sounds, but we are going to carry on. What I wanted to do is I wanted to take some time and share with you my record collection. And because my record collection has grown quite substantially since COVID started until today, which today is May 4th of 2023. May the 4th be with you. Happy Star Wars Day. I decided that I would break this video up into parts. So today we're going to primarily be showing you the A's. That's all we're going to show you today. Because otherwise I think it'll go on forever. So I started my record collection actually by buying a record as a joke for my mom, which I bought like the very best of Dr. Hook. Grew up hearing Sylvia's Mother and definitely Dr. Hook's version of Marie Laveau was a very special song between me and my father that I sang when I was like a baby. So I bought her that record as a joke since neither of us owned a record player, but it kind of sparked something. And over time, we both began really collecting. And again, since COVID, my collection's grown pretty substantially. At this point, I have just over 400 records, and my mom has about 150 or so records. And it's something that we really love to do together. And for me, brings a lot of joy to come home and put a record on and just kind of relax when I can. I'm in education, my wife's in education, and of course we've got two wonderful kids and a dog that need attention, and we love to give them that attention, but when we get a chance to listen to records, we do. So you will probably see me looking out the back door some during this video because my dog is out in the backyard and she's not feeling great today, so just kind of trying to keep an eye on her. But anyway, let's jump in. So for me, starting the A's, the very first record in my collection is a ska band called Abracadabra, and this is Make Yourself at Home. This is a phenomenal album. This album came out on Bad Time Records, and it came out on yellow vinyl, kind of a translucent, bright yellow vinyl, is the one that I got. And a huge fan of this band. They slap. And I have had Troso from Abracadabra has been on the Rudie Librarian podcast, so got to represent they're the very first in my alphabet here. The next one, and this is actually one that I'm probably going to trade out sometime soon, is Ryan Adams' Heartbreaker. This is an all-time favorite album for me. This is just on plain black vinyl, but I am thinking that I'm going to switch this out soon for the deluxe edition, which is also on black vinyl. It's just got a lot more kind of bells and whistles and extras and a full live DVD. But this is one of my favorite albums of all time, so I'm eager to have the deluxe edition on hand. But such a great album. Love spinning it. I love Ryan Adams a lot. I know for some he's quite controversial, but his music has really spoken to me over time. Here is the next album I've got. This is Gold. Now, so Gold and Heartbreaker were the first two albums that I really listened to of Ryan's, and he had quite a few albums out when I first started listening to him. I was a little late on the trail of him, but I was so excited. I found a copy of this in like an antique mall near me, and I got it home, and it was in relatively good condition, but one of the sides just had a lot of sibilance, a lot of pops and that kind of stuff, and I really wanted a cleaner copy, and I was surprised later to go into the North Richland Hills Painted Tree. There's a record store there called NTX Vinyl, and I found a brand new copy on black vinyl. It sounds great, and I was so excited to find that album. So that is Gold. Yeah, really good album. Next one here is Ryan Adams and the Cardinals, Jacksonville City Nights. And if it's on black vinyl, I probably won't show it to you. A lot of Ryan Adams albums are, but not all of them. So Jacksonville City Nights, love this album. One of the things I really love about this album is that Norah Jones is a part of it. I love Norah Jones. So that's kind of fun. But overall, just a really great another album by Ryan Adams. Now, if you love Ryan Adams, one of the hard things is like it's almost impossible to get all of his vinyl, and he has so many albums out that you can find yourself a little overwhelmed at times. But that's also kind of a nice thing. So Ryan Adams 29, this one and Jacksonville City Nights I literally just ordered from Universal Music Group's website. It was the only two Ryan Adams albums they had on there, and I don't think they're on there anymore. But some of these you can buy from Amazon if you want. Got a pretty good price for both of those, and I do love 29 as well. There's still so many Ryan Adams albums I want, but we're going to keep going with Ryan Adams. The next one, recently he released 4 albums on vinyl all at the same time. These were all albums that he recorded last year. The dude is prolific. So Ryan Adams Chris being the name of his brother, who passed away, and it's on this really beautiful light blue vinyl. It's a great album. And I gotta say, I was, I have a little bit of musical ADHD, so I wasn't listening to him a lot when he was putting out some of these albums, and I kind of came back to him during this era. So this is my favorite out of the 4 new ones. So Ryan Adams' Romeo and Juliet on this very beautiful kind of lilac purple kind of color. Vinyl, and my favorite track on here is Roller Coaster. It's such a good song. I highly recommend that you check it out. Keeping going with more Ryan Adams, we got Ryan Adams FM. For some reason, I really thought this was going to be like more like metal, like really, really hard. I think that's the way it was billed, but it is a really great kind of more of a classic rock and roll album, in my opinion. So great tracks. And the last Ryan Adams album that I got recently, what is this? Yeah. The last Ryan Adams album that I got recently, Devolver. So the 4 that came out all at once were Chris, Romeo and Juliet, FM, and Devolver. Devolver's just on black vinyl, but great album, and yeah, really love it. Been very lucky. So then we're going to keep going back into a little bit of ska here with the Aquabats, the fury of the Aquabats now. I got this when I was just getting back into ska, and all right, we had a brief interruption, but back to the fury of the Aquabats. So I picked this up when I was just getting back into ska. Really fun album. The Aquabats are amazing. If you've never seen their show, it's really fun. This also is pre-Blink-182 Travis Barker playing drums on there. Great yellow vinyl. Really fun album. Speaking of the Aquabats, I've got one more album by them. I've got Kooky Spooky, which is a fun Halloween-themed album. These guys are just a lot of fun. This one's just black vinyl, but a lot of fun, great ska, and really enjoyable. All right, this one's packed to the gills, super tight, but this is the Arcade Fire, The Suburbs. I love the Arcade Fire, love the way that they sound. Really, really need to get me a copy of Neon Bible. I don't have it yet, but this is a black vinyl, 180 gram black vinyl, but really great album. If you've never heard it, I highly recommend it. And I also have the Arcade Fire Wii, which is their most recent album. There was I'm not a huge fan of picture discs, but there was a pretty cool looking picture disc that looked like the Eye. I chose not to go with that, just to go with the black vinyl. But this came with all kinds of little fun accoutrements inside the case. All right, so then we've got, this is an older album. Good chunk of my vinyl came from my mom going to yard sales and stuff like that, which is really fun. But so the best of Louis Armstrong, and this is an old pressing, 60s or 70s. Love me some Louis Armstrong. And we're getting close to the end of the A's. We've also got Arthur, Watch the Years Crawl By. So if you're not familiar with Arthur, Arthur is a side band for MXPX. They put out just a couple of albums. It was kind of more of an emo, indie rock kind of vibe. Everybody in the band went by their middle names, and they added another guy to the band, which I believe he was their tech or something at the time, and a longtime friend. So fun album. Arthur, Watch the Years Crawl By, also on black vinyl. And the last one of the first Christian albums I ever got back when I was in the 8th grade. Audio Adrenaline Bloom. This is a SLXL, excuse me, SLMXL, SLMLXL. There we go. You get it? Do you get it? SMLL XL vinyl release of Audio Adrenaline Bloom. Got a fun splatter, and highly recommend Audio Adrenaline Bloom. Yeah, so that's the A's. Be back with the B's soon.